G'day, how are you going? Happy belated Merry Christmas. Today I wanted to review what's happened in the last week. I was really hoping for some sisboomba, something bigger to happen than what did. So let's review the week. This is about Australia. Let's see what happened in the last week. Why didn't anything go kapow like I was expecting it to? All the cards said it was going to be like a Christmas like no other. It was personally, but it just seemed like a bit of a fizzer to me. I was a little rather disappointed overall in, the narrative of there wasn't any, really. So I've just reshuffled the cards, I've cleansed the cards, starting really fresh, and I just picked 3 cards to see what happened. This card, it is, let me see, what is that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a 5 of Pentacles, but it is too many people are still feeling in the old narrative. Too many people are feeling believing whatever they believe, and things aren't going to change when there's too many people following a narrative. So it was sort of too much woe is me, not being able to see the light, and it's that whole poverty consciousness overall, and that's like hiding indoors, masking up, all of that sort of thing. It's not being who you truly are. These people aren't looking up towards the light of the source. They're missing out on that. You need to get back to your spirituality, whatever that is for you. You need to get back to that, because that is where we come from, and that is the source of who we are, most of us. We've got the Justice card, and it's upside down, so there's a glitch there. It's not quite the time. So last week there was like a hold-up of some sort. All the ducks weren't in a row. That's how I see it. But it's still going to go ahead. We are going to have some changes coming. So we need to be ready and positive. So there are big changes coming. So I'm going to reshuffle those. And I just want you to think, maybe some of you in your area, you notice some things happening. I've heard about things overseas with different CEOs and different staff of big media companies resigning or not being there anymore. But I haven't really heard anything of what's happened locally. I do actually try to stay off the news. So I know there's been a ramp up of that, and staying inside, and even suggesting that we muzzle ourselves indoors, which is a bit of a pity, especially around the holiday time. So let's see what's coming up for this next week. Wow, lots of upside down cards. Wow. Okay. So I always see this card as a peacemaking card, but it was upside down. So I feel like things are at odds. This is for Australia again this week, coming up, another week. Things are at odds. It almost feels like things that we're going to present still aren't quite ready yet. Some of the money situations, people that were, I think it's like governments that were hoarding money, things are starting to lighten up in that arena. It might even have to do with things behind the scenes with taxes and that sort of thing. There's going to be a shake-up. This is about hoarding all the money. This is about loosening the coffers. It's about a freeing of that, or being exposed. There could be exposure around that. Let me just have a look and see, what's happening more with that card. Aha, yes, justice. Justice, something to do with the hoarding of money, the accumulation of money, and justice is going to be served. So we're going to find out something of that, and it'll be more of a balance of the scales. There is a lot of talk about, in the common law, about people getting back the money that's owed to them, and this also has the scales balancing, so everything might be balanced out. This week is everyone's wanting to be themselves and have freedom, but it's not quite time. I think a lot of people, it is upside down. I think a lot of people will be fighting for their freedom, and we have had a little break, a few days break. Maybe some rallies will start up again, but this is the most sovereign free card that we can be, and it's upside down, so I think people will start to feel pushed. Also, this is about the children. This is about not touching the children. You know, don't touch our children with an experiment, please. And the Page of Swords, it is coming out of a time of hardship. It is just the start. It's at the very beginning bits, like just starting to see the beginning bits of something new happening. And it's still a little instability, but the worst is in the past. So that is actually really lovely, because that is that's upright. So that is a positive card. It's really good. And there's a migration of birds, so it's like they're ready to move. Like, that's when birds fly for migration, they're, you know, doing what they normally do in their pattern of breeding and survival, and that is what's going to happen to us. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Breeding and survival. But it is about us being true to who we really are. And before it was about fear, and now it's a little bit about anger and taking a stance. But it's not all up in arms. It is doing it with words. And I'm not sure if this is all of us just speaking up, or let me have a look and see. Have a little look. No. This is really good. This is about taking back what's really ours. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's in groups, but with hard work, we can reap the reward. So I really think that we need to get out there and do our bit for what we believe in. This is a lot of words. This is some people will be upset. This might be about some truth coming out, and that people are going to be upset about what they hear. Somebody having the last word. You know, when that person just has to, you know, they're like, they just need to say, you're having an argument and they want to be the one, or maybe it's us, but it's sort of that, just retribution, paybacks, that sort of thing. So I think some of us would like paybacks, but we can't. We need to do this all in love. So overall, so far, we've got, things are still likely, like it's looking like it's changing, but there's been glitches, and it's actually quite interesting. I've done a few readings over Christmas, and they're just, things seem to be a bit smoke and mirrors, things behind the scenes, things slowed down. Let's see what else is happening this coming up week. Well, it's all about smoke and mirrors and chopping and changing. Everything that they say one day on the media will be changed the next. It has to do with government and media, which are very tied together. So they're telling us one thing, they're telling us another. It's making people crazy. And we need to really switch all that off. You need to be able to go in your heart. That's the jabber-do. Has to do with that. Let's see. Can they keep it up? Can they keep it up? We go back to that. We go back to that. People are just not seeing the truth. Wow. So it keeps going in a cycle. Cycling, because not enough people are understanding the truth. The Emperor. Well, this has come up in a few of the private reads I've done over Christmas, and this is quite curious. I don't know who this is, but someone, and I don't believe it's the man in America that's got the yellow hair. I don't believe it's him. I'm not sure, but it's come up a few times. But I do have a friend that suggested it was somebody from China, but I don't think so. But it could be somebody in the military. They do have the, maybe the military is going to help us somehow because of their armor that they have on. But they seem like they're pretty wise. Let's see, who is this person? See if we can know anything more about them. Hey, let's find out. As I'm sitting here, I am sweating up a storm. It's been raining and it's hot and humid. I'm not complaining. I said once I left Canada, I would never complain about the heat. This is interesting. This is about somebody who can do many roles. Maybe that is Ricardo Bosi. Might be Ricardo Bosi. How interesting. Because it's somebody who's chameleon-like. They can change from one position to another position. They're sort of, you know, master of all trades. But they have like a warrior spirit, like a lion. You know, they're fierce and they're loyal. They're very loyal as well, and they're coming in with some new ideas. Yeah, very chameleon-like. So that could be him. So I just want to see what else. Like that's all. I don't know. What can we do? What can we do? I think we just need to be true to ourselves. King of Cups. We need to do what's right for us. It's very much about our feelings. Things seem slow in coming, but we really need to just stick firm to what we believe in. Don't be let down. It's easy. I get let down too because I was expecting a big sisboomba. There's lots of stuff going on in the background. There's things having to do with overseas, but things are slow. I see there's a tortoise coming in here, and you know the tortoise and the hare story, so I think we need to just be sort of bide our time with that. And again, nothing has been as it seemed, but this is upside down, and so the sun is starting to shine again. So I always believe that the sun is our source, that there's a lot more about the sun than we truly know, and the few suns that there are. And it's still looking very good. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, and that is upright. So things are about to flip. Look, time is one of the hardest things to predict because time is an illusion. Time, we've created time on Earth, and time, like the future's already happened. I know it sounds bizarre, but time is not real. But we're living this human experience, so the most I can say is this is going to happen, this change, and we need to be patient. We do need to be positive, and we need to lift our vibrations. So how do we do that? We take a quiet moment in the day, and we sit with ourselves, and we envision how we would like things to be, and we can connect. It's like a prayer. So until I see you next time, I do apologize for not getting on sooner, but I had company and visitors, and my energy was actually a little bit low, and I like to do this when I'm feeling the right energy. These cards, it's slow. Everything about it is just slow. There's stuff happening that we don't know about, and I don't have any intel. The only intel I have is with Spirit and with my source. I'm feeling no fear. I'm feeling very light and buoyant, and I'm thinking if I can feel that, then I certainly hope that you can feel that, because I come from a long line of warriors, not warriors, but worriers. And so I'm thinking if I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, that I would encourage all of you that there is going to be a positive outcome, and it's for humanity. This is a time that, yeah, we were all born to be here in this time to experience whatever it is we're experiencing. So until I see you in the next few days, please look after yourself. Please take 5 minutes out to do a little meditation and raise your energy. Until then, cheerio.